Yes, guys, and welcome from me, this Championship Manager 0102, the Lowend to Legend, Part 18. Now, we've been getting in a few sessions here and there, and it's bizarre because I'll tell you exactly where we're up to. Before I restore the game, we're up to the very start of Season 25. 25, that's where we're at. It's crazy. It really is absolutely crazy. And it's nice to say, right, for once, Matt's had himself a good run. He's had himself a good run, and he's starting to get himself a few legs now here and there. It's going to fire up with Matt. Matt finds himself in Italy. He's in Italy, and he finds himself with a new job, having taken over Torino. Of course, Torino's who I took over in Serie B, got them to the Serie A, and then we got offered the Roma job. Now, ironically, our rules, of course, were that Matt could be anybody apart from the team that I won it with, which was Roma. Now, ironically, before he took over his team, the second team, Roma was available, and then the next best thing came available after Roma. It must have been the easiest decision in the world. So we'll come to me in a moment. As you can see, we're on Flamengo, but Matt then is AC Milan. It was definitely the best thing. He hasn't done any signings. Has he done signings? Let's have a check. No, he's not. He's not done any. He's been in charge for a month now, and he's not got any signings. I think he said he's got about 150 million. He's got a very good squad. Incidentally, he's got the old Mbappe regen there, albeit he's aging. He's very, very healthy in defensive midfield. He's got three absolute monsters. So he knows he doesn't need to buy a defensive midfielder. But judging by that lineup, he looks like he's going to be aiming for a left back and a right back maybe. I don't know, I'm sure he's got something in mind. So let's talk about Matt now then in his history. Well, there you see it then. As you know, he finally did it with Elche. He went to DC United and he did it at the first attempt. So he took over DC United with more than half a season to go, and he led them to glory. Torino then came calling, and here we see it now. Start of season 25, and he is at AC Milan. So good luck to Matt there. Over to me now then. So we are Flamengo. Cast your mind back now then with Flamengo. Or shall I say, cast your mind back with me in Brazil. We, of course, are at our third team in Brazil. We took over Vila Nova before going to Bragantino, and then, of course, Flamengo. That was an easy decision to go to Flamengo. The problem was, is in Brazil, the expectation is that you win Serie A. That's what you've got to win. Now, we've already, as you can see where we're at, we're in July, so I've already had the championship, Campeonato, and we look at that. Let me show you how that finished, right? We were on 21 out of 21, and I dropped the bollock here because we were on 21 out of 21, and for game 22, I played a second string team, which essentially I went on to lose. There you see, we lost to Vasco 2-1. But the reason I played a second string is because I just had this fucking mind blank, right? I'd looked at schedule, and it said on the schedule, well, I don't say it now, but it said the final leg 1, leg 2. And I thought, well, I'm going to save it because I'm guessing I'm playing, I'm assuming I'm going to be playing, go back to that a minute, sorry. Botafogo in a heads-up final, but it wasn't. I didn't realise that it's actually broken down into first period and second period, and then the winners of each period play each other, and obviously I won them both, so it was irrelevant. Now this championship here does not give me my Brazilian leg. It does not give me a Brazilian leg. It's got to be the Serie A, and that's what's important, what we're about to start right now. Very, very important indeed. And of course, let me remind you here, it doesn't matter where we finish in 27 games. We've got to finish in the top 4. Top 4 will then give us a semi-final game in December, and then we'll have a final game. So it's going to be a lot more difficult, this, because, you know, Botafogo are there. We're going to have Corinthians. Who else did we say? Sao Paulo, Vasco. I thought we'd have Atletico Mineiro. Let me just check something. Very, very bizarre here. That is absolutely bizarre. 65 years of age. I saw this guy was 64, and I thought to myself, do you know what, they might come available. This is before I went to Flamingo, but I've never seen that before. Well, I think I have actually, but I don't know, it might be a couple of flaws and stuff like that. And just to give you a quick reminder here, me and Matt, then you see we are now 82 years of age. Wow, 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 wow. So, for this season then, Matt, he'll want to make an assault on the Italian Serie A, and he's in the Champions League. For me, I need to be doing it. I mean, this is the problem. If I were to fail with Flamengo this season, I've got to have a complete another new season, a full season. Now, let me show you something, right? We took over with £1 billion, right? And we went absolutely spastic with signings, as you can see right there. We took over and they just sold a player, so I was a little bit gutted about that. But we really went to town. And if I show you a Norwegian striker, this is not Haaland, may I add. Look at his return rate on 34 games. I mean, in Brazil, it's a different calibre. You might even want to call it Farmers League. It's a different calibre of football. And you can see that by that there. I mean, that is just absolutely ridiculous. If I show you, in terms of the goals, 71 goals in total. That is just absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? And then even assists. Rivas, 22 assists. You know, he's at 38 goal involvements. He's had a cracking season. Let me show you the left winger. We brought in this right winger who, let me think now, he wasn't available to play in my very first game. I think he was on, that was it, he was on African Nations. But we also brought in Sam Knight. Can all work out who that is? That is Saka. And Saka then lost his place because the Nigerians started to perform. But look, the assists are just absolutely ridiculous, aren't they? They really are, these wingers. That's the formation we're playing at the minute. Very much an original middleman, where we're playing just one MC, which is Rivas. And then, of course, those two forwards. Vitinho, does he look familiar? That is Endrick Vitinho. And let me show you, finally, our central defence then. I'll show you how well he's done. Is Kayo 772. Look at that. He was already here at Flamengo when I took over. He's 16 years of age. Absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? It really is. We brought in Fofana, who was also on African Nations duty when we took over, because our first game that you see was in February, so we lost a lot of players that we bought for virtually the whole of the month. Something I probably should have paid a little bit more attention to, but you know what? And it's fair to say that that particular defender, Fofana, never really managed to get his place. Never really did. So, you know, we move on. We move on with this crazy fucking game, and it's all about going to the next leg. I think, you know, Matt's desperate to get. I mean, Matt, as I say, he's pulled in the American leg. He pulled in the Spanish leg. You know, he's looking good. He's still a little bit behind. For me, obviously, I could have done it this time last year when we were Bragantino, but we didn't. We lost a little bit of time when we were in America the first time. You know, Matt's had his own issues. He's had his issues in England. He's had his issues in Spain. But it is very, very exciting. Till next time from me, guys. Take it easy.